Hey guys, if you're a new friend, welcome to my channel. I'm Sophia Starla, and if you're an old friend, welcome back. So today I'm going to be comparing two drugstore concealers, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer and Maybelline's FitMe Concealer. These are two very popular concealers that are on the market that you can find in your local drugstore, and they both claim to be very medium coverage, so I thought that it would be interesting to compare the two and see which ones might be better for you depending on what you're looking for. So if you're ready to see what I have to say about these two products, then keep on watching because it's coming up next. L'Oreal's Infallible Pro Glow Concealer is $9.99 at the drugstore. I'm gonna put all of the stats here. This little concealer promises to sculpt, highlight, and brighten your under eye area, and then maybe even offer some hydration. The L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer is sold for either $9.99 or $7.99, depending on where you get it, or if they have like a sale going on, but for the most part when it first came out it was $9.99. It's available in 8 different shades. From what I can tell, I've swatched a couple and it seems like they have a mostly golden yellow undertone, and I think that's what they use to claim that it's very brightening under the eye, because it doesn't really match with other undertones in concealers. Like, it doesn't really have like a pinkish undertone or a reddish undertone. Like, it's mostly very yellow, or a neutral one. They don't have that either. I really love the texture of this concealer. I think it's really great for dry under eyes. I would honestly say that this is light to medium coverage. Like, if you were looking to just use this as your only face product and only use this under your eyes, it's probably not going to cover your dark circles that well, depending on how extreme your dark circles are. If you just have a little bit of redness or a little bit of dark circles, then it'll cover them. But like, if you have like really dark ones, then it's not going to do the job, especially because it only has 8 shades, so that just doesn't provide enough coverage for all different colors in the spectrum. Because it is pretty hydrating, when you like apply it to your face, it doesn't drag on your skin. Like, whenever I apply my Wet n Wild concealer, it tends to tug on my skin because it's so thick, but this one is very thin, and so it really just glides onto your skin, which I really like. One of the good things about it is that it doesn't really crease that much into finer lines or end up looking dry throughout the day. It tends to look very hydrating throughout the day, which is a really nice aspect of this concealer. One of the things that really annoys me about it though is that it kind of disappears when you blend it out, and so it's hard to use. Like, you're going to have to layer it quite a bit. And just to show you guys an example, when I put that on my hand, just blending it out, it's like almost gone. It doesn't like leave that much of a highlighting effect. You can add a couple more layers to this to make the color a little bit more apparent, but it still just comes out very sheer like every single time. The one way that I've been doing it is just letting it dry like a good amount and then blending it out, and then adding a second layer, letting it dry a little bit, and then blending that one out too. That way it lets me have the highlighted effect that I would like, because otherwise it really just blends out and it's hard to see. Over top of foundation, the L'Oreal concealer does give a more radiant effect. It doesn't sheer out as much, like you can still see it, but it does sheer out quite a bit. It provides light coverage that can be built up to a medium level of coverage. Because it is a part of the Pro Glow collection, it does give a dewy sort of finish, but most people need to set their under eyes just to make sure that it doesn't crease, because it will crease with deeper lines. Fine lines you should be okay, but deeper lines, it's definitely gonna crease. So you're gonna have to set it, and that does take away some of the dewy effect from it. Another downside about this concealer is the fact that it is dewy, and so let's say that you have very textured skin, it's going to highlight that texture because it's so glowy and luminous. So you have to kind of have perfect skin to pull this concealer off, and you know, not everybody's got perfect skin, so that's one of the downsides. So that's one of the negatives in my book, because I just feel like only a limited amount of people would be able to pull off this concealer and not have it highlight their unfortunate parts. So the Maybelline FitMe Concealer. It comes in 6 shades and more facts right here. This concealer is firmly in the middle as a medium coverage concealer. This concealer lets you build it quite a bit as well. So you can go from medium to full coverage, which I really appreciate. One thing I really love about this concealer is that it doesn't look too cakey once you've added several layers, and it doesn't fall into thin lines on your face, but it does provide enough coverage so that it hides dark circles, red spots, things like that. I definitely don't think that it could cover dark circles without a foundation underneath, but once it does have a foundation underneath, it's going to be gorgeous coverage and really do an awesome job of highlighting your face. I also really like to use this concealer whenever I'm priming my eyes and I want to have like my entire eyelid covered for eyeshadow. The Maybelline concealer is a bit more creamy than the Fit Me one, and when you go to blend it out, it doesn't disappear as easily. See, it's still there. It was really hard with my left hand. I definitely prefer the Maybelline concealer over my foundation. Like, it just does an amazing job of highlighting. I wish it had a higher shade range so that you could use more of it for like concealing and contouring and things like that. I'm not gonna say that L'Oreal copied Maybelline with this packaging. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that L'Oreal owns Maybelline, so who knows? But they definitely look very similar in packaging. They just don't perform the same at all. Maybelline is medium to full coverage. You can build it up as you wish. L'Oreal is really light to medium coverage, and so it's just not gonna give you that much coverage. It's very much so for people who don't really need that much makeup. They just want to add a little bit of evenness to their skin tone. I'm super picky when it comes to concealers. I don't really like to give second chances if you mess up on me. So if I had to give you guys one concealer to spend your money on, I would definitely go with Maybelline's Fit Me Concealer. It just has a brilliant formula and it provides a good amount of coverage, and I think because it has a natural finish, it's not going to highlight and accentuate the faults that you have with your skin. Also, this concealer only has 0.21 fluid ounces and this one has 0.23 fluid ounces, but this one's $10 and this one's like $5. So you're getting more for your money with this one. Plus you're getting more coverage. I don't really know that many people who really only need like a very minimum amount of coverage when it comes to their concealer. So in my book, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer when it comes to highlighting. That's going to be it for today's comparison video. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Maybe even share it with a friend because that would be super cool. Let me know if you guys want to see more products that I can compare. If you have any suggestions, I'm totally open to hearing about them. Subscribe if you haven't done so already so you can stay up to date on my latest videos, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.